I'm Alan Johnson, KU2Y, and this is the CubeSatSim kit making video. So we assume in this video that you've already built all the boards or had them built, you've already printed all the parts, you've already ordered all the other pieces, and now we're just getting them ready so that you can jump into to following the kit instructions and putting it together. So let's start with the main board here. So this is what your main board might look like here. You might have sockets for the purple BME sensor and the blue NPU sensor. If that's the case, then what you'll need is you'll need to solder oops, that's not the right one. You'll need to solder the boards and get them ready. So this is the NPU board with a little straight pin header, and you want to put that in like this so that the parts are facing up. There's nothing on the bottom there, and then solder them so that it's at a right angle like this, and then you can plug it in. And with the BME purple sensor, this one you got to be a little more careful because it has components on both sides, but the top is the side with the little can, which is the actual BME sensor itself. Also, the pins are labeled on the top there. You can see the names and put that in there. And once that's soldered, it will look like this and be ready to go. So you can plug those in if they're not already there. You'll want to insert the remove before flight pin, which could be a 3D printed part like this, or it could be a 3.5 millimeter plug. And I'm going to take the remove before flight tag here and insert it there and put that in so that it is ready to go. You will need your Raspberry Pi Pico microcontroller. Have this be programmed, meaning that you've plugged in the micro USB cable here to your computer and flashed the UFT2 file in there. And then you want to plug it in carefully, make sure the USB is pointing to the edge. Sure it looks good. And then carefully put it in. And then finally, you want your 3.5 millimeter to 2.5 millimeter jumper. And the 2.5 millimeter is the one that's going to plug in here. So we put that in there and plug it in. Okay, so that is one of our boards ready to go. So we'll just put that off to the side here. Okay, next let's do the solar board. So here's an example of a fully built solar board here. And there's not much to do here except plug in the JST jumper wire. And we want to plug it into the one that says main. So it's this one here. They're actually both the same, so if you get that wrong, it's not critical. Plug it in. Okay. Now that board is ready to go. Now, battery board. Here is the fully assembled battery board ready to go. And we want to start by putting in the batteries. So we've got our three AA nickel metal hydride batteries. And I'm going to put them in and I'm going to pay attention to the plus and minus. So you see it's plus here, plus there, and plus there. So I'm going to put them in carefully here. Okay. And then I'm going to use the battery clips here to hold them in place. You can also use a zip tie using the holes. That works as well, but you just don't want the batteries coming undone. And you can tell they're clipped in all the way when you look here and you see that there's no gap between the batteries and the clip there. And it's nice and solid. And I'll do the same with the top one here. See how the top one there is not clipped in yet? There's a bit of a gap there. Whereas if I just push on it a bit here, there we go. All right, so now the batteries are in there. And then we also need to put in the JST jumper here down the bottom where it says to solar board. Plug that in. Okay, that's ready to go. It's a good idea to check the voltage here with the battery plus and battery minus. Make sure you got like 3.5, 3.6, 3.7 volts, something like that. Indicates that you will be in good shape. All right, so those are the three boards there. Now let's do the Pi 02. So your Pi 02 might have come in a little box like this. Get it out here. And yours should have the pin header already installed. If it doesn't, you will need to solder it. You'll need to solder all 40 pins there. But I always buy them with the pin headers already in because it's a pain to solder all of those. You need to have your micro SD card already programmed. So here it is. So you need to have flashed it in your computer using the micro USB reader. So I'm going to put that in there. There we go. So that's all set. We need to do the Pi camera. So open up the Pi camera here, get it out of the box and the bag. Now for different models, there's different cables. So this white one is for for like a Pi 3 or a Pi 4 or Pi 5. So I'm going to remove it. So what I do is I just use my fingernails here or a small screwdriver to move this black clip out, and then I pull it out there so we can get rid of that. This one is too short, so we get rid of that. So we're just left with this longer one. And so now I want to put it in here. Now the one side has, you can see it has silver connectors on it. The other side is just black. You want to make sure that the silver copper connectors face the board. So I'm going to put it in like this, slide it all the way in, and then push in on the black there until it locks in. So you see how that looks? That's good. And it looks nice and straight. I'm going to get rid of this little protector thing on there. Otherwise, the camera will look blurry. Okay, so now we're going to plug it in here to the Pi 0. This is a little more tricky because it's smaller. And but we do the same thing. I'm just going to use my fingernails here to open that up. So you see how that connector is open there, little gap. And again, I want the two sides to this. I want the copper contact side facing down. So the black is facing up. And so I'm going to carefully slide that in here. Make sure you don't accidentally slide that in. And now holding it there. There we go. So you see how that is locked in, nice and straight. And if we look here on the bottom, you should be able to see just a tiny little bit of the contacts here, but not too much. Okay. Now, as soon as you run it, you'll be able to check the diagnostics, and that'll tell you whether the camera is good. So we need our on-the-go cable. So this is the recommended one that's long enough and flexible enough. We want to plug it in. Now there's two micro USB connectors here. One is labeled power, the other is labeled USB. We need to plug it into the USB. So it's this one here. Plug it in the right way. Do it till it goes click. Okay. And now we need the USB sound card. So open this up. So here is the USB sound card, and we plug that in here. Okay. So that is ready to go as well. So I'll just put that over here. So those are the four boards in the stack. Now we still need the hardware for putting things together. So if you ordered everything from DigiKey, uh, you should have a whole series of bags. And if you ordered it using the Octopart bill of materials tool, this customer reference, it'll say step 8 and then a number. So for example, this one's number 1, this one's number 2, 3, etc. So you can make sure that all of them are there. And that has all of the parts. And I usually just put those into a Ziploc bag. That way they are all together and ready to go. So for the frame parts, you needed to have printed all 4 parts. So there's top and bottom, which are identical. The 2 sides, one side has a camera mount, the other side doesn't. And you just want to double check to make sure all the holes are clear, like this one's particularly good. If they're not, then you can just put a little screwdriver in there and work your way around to opening those holes. Otherwise, you won't be able to put the hardware in there. So, frame is all ready. Solar panels. So, going to need 10 of these solar panels, and this one is all ready to go, except it has the plastic film on it, which I'm going to peel off here. So I just got rid of the plastic film there. You see this one is already soldered with the JST connector. Yours might look like this, in which case you will need the JST connector. You do need to double check the polarity because unfortunately JST2 connectors come 2 different ways. This video is not really clear enough for you to see it. Maybe you can. I would recommend the wiki instruction page to double check the polarity that red and black is correct. And then when you want to solder it here, you want the red to go to plus and the black to go to minus there. So you want to solder them, and then a blob of some glue will provide strain relief, making sure that the glue touches the plastic sheathing, the plastic outer covering there. That way, as this pulls, it's not pulling on the connector. And you want to put those together so you have a set of 10 ready to go. And that is basically it. You have all of the parts here to build your CubeSat simulator.